What's up, Barons?
And welcome to the first episode of Ibtalking. I'm Jacob.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Dominic.
So, in this podcast, we'll be talking about school events, random stuff, and maybe a little bit of the political and economic state of the world.
Not to get too fancy with it, but we will be talking about sort of those random things that some students might be worried about.
And we will even go as far as looking some school events that are coming up.
Right. So, what do you guys think about all of the IB cast projects? Which one is your guys' favorite?
I don't know. Personally, besides ours, of course, I'd say that I really enjoy the IB stand-up one. I went to their workshop. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was funny. I see potential.
Yeah. I also think the IB laughing one is gonna be great, but I can't wait to see how they make the newspaper for IB. I think that's gonna be a really interesting one.
Yeah, that seems like a really hard task, like to undertake. Yeah. Like newspaper, the school newspaper, they take like months to churn out one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's IB students maybe, so.
But I mean, even IB students, like we all got a lot going on right now, so it's gonna be hard for sure.
Yeah, and I'm interested in like what they choose to publish about, you know, like what are their articles going to be about. I imagine it'd be similar to this, just written.
But yeah, that's true, because you're right.
Thanks. What do you guys think about graduation, how they're thinking about next year making us all graduate in blue versus some of us having white? You think that's fair?
I mean, I definitely think that the blue and white robes is a cool, like, kind of like extra thing you get for working hard during like your high school career during those 4 years. And like I think like taking it away kind of may like almost demotivate some people to work as hard.
That's a good point.
Because I know a lot of people that went into this year thinking like, I'm gonna work so hard this year to make sure I graduate in white, and it was a motivator for them. So I think just being in blue may like kind of be less motivating for students.
You know, Jacob, I completely wholeheartedly agree with that. I think that if we look at it, I personally worked really hard because I wanted to get that white robe. So I feel like those students next year not having the opportunity to get this, or having to do something different to actually get it, I think it might be a little challenging for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play devil's advocate. I can see to an extent why the school would want that, and I believe they're still giving the juniors a choice next year, but sort of the unanimity, if all students were blue, would be great. And I know Mr. Phelps' perspective. He believes that we already wear a lot of indicators that we were in IB. Like, I'm pretty sure we get a couple things around our neck. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, like, no one ever knew what those were going in. Everyone was thinking about the white robe. That's the big thing, the big reward that people are actually thinking about. And, like, I don't know if, like, the perspective is to avoid making other students feel bad. But if you had the opportunity to put in the work and you didn't, really.
The only person to feel bad for is yourself.
Yeah. Respectfully, though.
Respectfully.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to like feel that a little bit with college applications coming out. I think that's really big. And as of right now, UCSD just came out. Cal Poly SLO just came out, but I haven't got my email for that one. But yeah, so a lot of schools are coming out this week and next week, especially the UCs. So best of luck to everybody on those, and even if you don't make it, just know everything happens for a reason and it wasn't meant to be. So yeah.
Yep. So that's a tough one for a lot of students. It feels like I don't know, like, you know how when you do something, like anything really, the second time you do it is always better?
Yeah.
With college applications, the UCs were the first time we were all doing it.
Right.
So my Common App, which I turned in later, was tenfold better than my UC application.
Really?
It was so much better. And like, I was thinking about it, like, no one ever taught us how to apply. Everyone told us to, and you know, in Mr. Helly's, we kind of went over for a couple weeks, like one of the essays, but really, like, I don't know, it's like at that point we were supposed to have an entire portfolio about why we were better than everyone else is really what the application is.
Right.
and I was just kind of told like, oh, involve yourself in school and it'll be fine. But I think that was the truth for the past generation, not so much for ours. I wish I could do it over again.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, yeah, because doing it over again, it would be like your second time doing high school.
Yeah.
And obviously it would be better. But yeah, it's like applying was definitely really hard. And it's definitely like confusing for sure, because you have these prompts asking for like your biggest setback or like your like most
personal stuff,
the most niche thing about you. And it's like, sometimes it's hard to write about, because maybe like the most niche thing about you is something like won't appeal to colleges, and it's kind of
for sure
weird for sure.
Yeah, it felt to me like my biggest frustration with the whole application process was that as I like went through all the questions, like filling out my family background, doing essays, whatever, it seemed like whoever created the application was like, oh, this is super self-explanatory, this is great, I'm doing a great job. But like, it's not self-explanatory. Like, as I was going through it, like, what GPA do I use? Why is it this one? I have no idea, but I had to ask 3 people, and I found out it's this one, the third one down. There were so many things like that that just didn't make sense, yet I had to find out by my own means.
Right.
Yeah.
Dominic, how was your experience during college application season?
It was quite something. I did my Common Apps first because I wanted to focus on my UCs more, so I wanted to take that leap first with the Common Apps so I could better be prepared for my UCs. And personally, I agree with Wyatt with what he said about the preparation. I was also extremely confused with the GPA, all that stuff, my student ID, all that stuff that it was asking for. I could have definitely been a little better prepared for that kind of stuff, but apart from that, I felt like I was proud of how I did for my UC applications, and I'm proud of the results that came out of it. So, and
yeah, that's good. I think one thing I liked about doing the UCs first is since you did 4 prompts, that was like 4 essays that I could build off of already for my Common App. So it's kind of easier to like...
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're going.
Yeah, I don't know. For the 4 essays you could build off of, I really didn't find them to be useful.
Really?
Like, I had to write an entirely new essay. Like, I guess I'm surprised that you were able to do that.
No, yeah, it was... I think, like, because the main ideas were definitely there, but so I could keep the main ideas, but just tailor them to the prompt.
Tailor, that's such a good word.
Thanks.
Word of the day.
I probably used it like a few times. Should we do that? Word of the day?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Today's word of the day is tailor.
Tailor.
But not the proper noun, the active.
The active verb.
Having a suit or whatever.
it's a good word.
Yes, sir.
It's a good word. All right.
So let's move on. So, we just had this assembly yesterday about prom and where it's going to be. What are you guys thinking?
Gosh.
Well, I can't personally say anything about this because I didn't go. I was at Southwestern College watching a musical. So
Nice.
Well, sounds riveting.
it was about Gloria Estefan. You know the song Conga? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about that. It's a pretty good song. Can't lie. Huh?
Cool.
Nice.
Well.
Yeah, so I heard... So it was discussed that it was going to be at the Lane.
Right.
And the theme, I'm pretty sure, was Memory Lane. If I didn't get that wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, so the Lane was where we had our baronial sophomore year.
Yeah.
So from what I've heard, I haven't been there personally, but I heard it's not that big of a venue and it's pretty small. But considering it's just seniors, it may be okay. What do you think? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really difficult to say, but I can't imagine that the turnout to baronial and prom is that different. Because baronial, homecoming's really popular. Baronial's kind of like more couples oriented, I guess.
Yeah.
So like, really, if it was way too small, was what one of my friends said for baronial, and that kind of elicits worry about prom for me.
Yeah, it's true. And it kind of sucks because last year, like, I'm not trying to get jealous, but they had a lot going on. They were on the yacht. I was actually there on behalf of...
Dang.
I was actually there, and yeah, it was pretty great. So Dominic, I have something for you.
All right.
I know you're in the TED Talk Club. Could you tell us more about what's happening on April 12th?
Yeah, of course. I thought you never ask. All right.
Brother.
So, April 12th, our school will in the Bulls Theater will be holding our very own TEDx conference where we have a couple of student speakers that are going to be coming up and talking. Even our own Mr. Romero is actually going to be talking and giving his own presentation. And this is all about catalysts of change, creating a change for a better future, just like the chemical reaction. It's a pretty interesting topic, and I hope if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you come watch us and see it because we put a lot of thought and effort into it. April 12th.
What time?
I guess we're still working on that, but it's probably going to start early. So let's say probably 8 to 12. Depends.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
April 12th in the Bulls Theater.
Pop
Woohoo.
out.
So, after completing our EEs, we have this IB potluck coming up, and I
Oh
feel
my
like there's
gosh.
been some controversy and
That there has
Yeah.
been.
indecisiveness.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, I think that's just kind of a testament to, I don't know, I guess the planning capabilities of students.
Yeah.
Like, they put it in our hands, and then we just had three different people in opposite corners of the class, each contributing, contradicting ideas.
Yeah.
Let's go here.
Gnarly girl.
Let's do it at Mr. Brad's house.
I like that idea.
Oh, yeah. But
No.
I don't know. I feel like it would be better if we just had a whole period for it, like a whole
Yeah.
2 hours to celebrate.
Yeah.
But I guess it would be too much work to pull the period 4 kids out. It's a period 60, okay, which sucks. But
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would make more sense to move the period 6 kids to period. No.
why would
I'm
that
thinking
ever
wrong.
make sense?
Yeah, no, because I was thinking like, oh well, if you take them out of period 6 and they're missing TOK, but that was totally just a brain fart because they'd be in period 4.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. You're almost there.
So, oh, okay.
Next time.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, where do you guys want to go? All right, we get it.
I want to go to University of Michigan. Go Blues. Go Bears or whatever they are. Loki forgot. But
I want to go to Gnarly Girl. Get some.
oh,
good pizza.
you were talking about pizza?
Yeah, we were.
Oh,
No,
bro,
that's a good segue though.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind Little Caesars, bro.
I like Little Caesars. It's good.
I
Dude,
really-
Little Caesars is really good.
Yeah, I don't understand how these students are being so picky about pizza. Like, it's really,
Yeah.
you're getting free pizza and you're gonna complain like, oh no, Gnarly Girl, Labellas. Like, come on.
Bro, Little Caesars is so good when you
It's
don't
just
have
pizza
someone in your
100%.
ear.
You're telling you that it's
It's
bad.
bad.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Bro, it used to be $5 though. It's low key like.
Like 12 now.
That's just a testament of like bad leadership, I guess, in these United States over the last 40 years.
Okay, let's not get too political. But yeah, and it was kind of sad like watching it go up. Like I remember freshman year, I saw it
Yeah.
go to $6, and then
No.
like 8.
Dude,
Truly tragic.
I know.
that's something I'm gonna be telling my kids. Like, my mom used to hand me a $5 bill, and I'd go and get a pizza.
Yeah.
Like, that's an actual memory I have,
Wow.
and that's gonna be ruined for my children.
All right, guys. What you think about the current economic state of the world? What you guys think about the $250? Let's
$250.
let's change it
bill.
to something because you know Wyatt was trying to bring up this political thing. So
No, I really wasn't. I just said the
well, you
Little
did.
Caesars, the pizza price went
same
up.
thing. Little Caesars, $250 bill. Same thing, man.
I mean, at this rate, yeah, it's gonna be a $250 bill to buy a pizza
Yeah.
by the year 2050.
But I mean, I really think for this to go through, it would be crazy. Like I feel like this is already a crazy proposition as is. But I don't know, it would be kind of crazy to have a current president like on a dollar bill. Like we
Yeah.
would live in a world where our president would be on a bill. Like I feel like it's always been past presidents.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of weird to me, but I wonder if there's like any, like anti-crime motivation, because you know how the $100 bill is like really widespread.
Yeah.
Like there's counterfeiting. It's used in all sorts of crime. So I wonder if by introducing the $250 bill, it would basically throw a loop in that whole
Yeah.
system, or if there's just some other motivation. I couldn't tell.
Back to the pizza inflation. I wonder if it would like cause inflation.
Oh, because that's a big bill you're putting.
Yeah, and we'd be adding a lot of them into like the market.
Maybe he's just trying to make it like a collector's item, because there were like silver, like sterling silver coins with Trump face on it. That came out. So it could really just be like another thing for him to put in his, like display cabinet when he retires.
For sure.
Right.
I mean, still think that 250 is kind of a weird number to choose out of all of them.
250s, yeah. I don't know. It's not my favorite number.
Anyway, something I'm excited about: the new Jaguars, the new electric cars.
Come on.
Check these out. They're actually pretty nice.
No way you're actually excited about that.
I think you've seen them.
Bro, look at how poor the visibility is, how long the hood is, and how small the windshield is. You're definitely like hitting toddlers.
Okay, but you got to look at it as like, this is luxury. Like if I saw this on the street,
it's electric.
Okay. This is an argument I'm willing to have.
All right, let's have it.
That is a luxury car. It's low to the ground. If this comes out, it has 2-3 inches ground clearance at most.
Yeah, so it's just even less practical.
No, if you saw that on the road, you would be like, wow, like that guy is a baller.
So then the purpose of buying a car to you is external perspectives on yourself? Do you rely that heavily on others' judgments to make your own?
Absolutely not. I think this car is amazing. I think the design is great. I think it's very minimalistic, and I think a lot of companies right now have not been doing electric cars right. I don't think Ford's done electric right.
Oh, no.
I don't think really any German company yet has done electric right. I think Mercedes, I've been in a few of them. They're very luxurious and nice, but they fail at acceleration and speed, which is the one thing that electric cars are known for.
So I thought you were going to say the one thing they have on gas cars.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be like,
So yeah, like they're going like 0 to 60 in 5-6 seconds, and you're paying $100,000 for these cars.
Yeah, those are Toyota numbers.
Yeah, no, not your Toyota though.
It takes like 14 seconds for me. No, I don't know. I feel like electric cars, I don't mind them necessarily. I certainly don't mind riding in the Tesla, but it doesn't make much sense to me, because I think about all the things I've heard about lithium mining, how they're really bad for the lithium miners themselves, especially in Africa, continental Africa. I'm pretty sure there's just an incredible amount of like health risks associated with that, and also these batteries largely aren't recyclable.
Yeah.
But there are some developments with hydrogen-powered engines that are recently being made. So as soon as those hit the car market, I feel like this electric thing is out the window.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like because the hydrogen engines are more powerful, they burn more cleanly.
Yeah.
I feel like electric is going to be obsolete before gas is.
No,
Right.
I see that, because I think like that's the main issue with electric cars in general, like lithium mining, and also I don't know, I feel like the main reason that people actually like use electric vehicles probably because of the fact that it's better for the environment, or they say so. Having a way that's actually like helping the environment and doesn't harm people, I feel like that could definitely work.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Toyota had like one hydrogen car they put out quite a while ago.
I remember that, yeah.
And the one review I saw on it was like, yeah, this car is horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
go on.
That's my second time being an interrupty guy. That's my bad. But no, it's early stages. What do you expect?
No,
the first gas car sucked. The Model T. You could have it in any color as long as it's black. Like, they didn't even have good paint development yet.
Wow.
No,
yeah, but like the problem was with space, because you'd have to have one hydrogen thing below the back seats, and because of that, the back seats were very high up and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And there was no room, and then there was also one like below the hood and like below the trunk, so there wasn't much trunk space either.
Yeah.
Because it was blocked off. So I feel like if they can make hydrogen engines and hydrogen powered engines with like that are smaller, then it could be something great.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know, I think that kind of makes me think like about the future of the car industry. I feel like there's a size sort of epidemic right now. Like, everyone's looking for this artificial size. Like, these trucks, they're super big. They have these huge luxurious crew cabs, But at the end of the day, it's 5 seats and a 6-foot bed. There were first-gen Tacomas that had 5 seats and a 6-foot bed, and those trucks are much smaller. They're considered small pickup trucks. So when I think of these hydrogen engines, I almost hope that there's going to be like a
decrease in size.
Yeah, like I don't mean to say this ugly word, but a Prius-sized car, but that actually performs well and
is clean.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, I definitely do agree that the truck market is pretty messed up right now. I feel like there is one small Toyota pickup truck that sells for $13,000.
Yeah.
But it's only in China.
Yeah. And that really is frustrating me because it's pretty immediately obvious why it isn't for sale in the U.S. because it's harder to make profit off of. When you sell a reliable vehicle, you're only getting money from it once. The Ford Lightning things, they were super unreliable. Ford is getting payments all the time from people paying to have their car fixed.
No, I don't think so. I think
What?
a lot of it. I think a lot of
recalls too, but
a lot of it was on warranty, bro. So I feel like a lot of Ford was losing a lot of money on those Lightnings, and that's why they stopped because there was so many recalls and so many explosions that it was bad, dude.
Well, that's a good point to bring up. Like Ford's business has definitely been worse lately, but maybe the Lightning wasn't the best example. But so far as like other newer vehicles, like the Mercedes especially, like if you have a McLaren, for example, the maintenance is $1 gajillion because they know that the owner of a McLaren is willing to pay.
Yeah. I'd own a McLaren and then I'd put a three rotor engine in it.
That'd be so cool.
I know.
How does it go again?
Like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, I think with that being said, it is time to end the first Ibtalking podcast.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you all here.
Thank you. It was amazing. I learned a lot, especially about cars.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Dominic.
And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.